It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It is Tuesday Feel Good over here, right here on SABC3. Now, the Cape Town International Animation Festival was back in the mother city for another round this year, and what a success it was.
That's right, and our very own Katlego sits down with Festival Director Dianne Makings to gain a deeper perspective of the growth and potential of the international animation industry.
So the world of animation is one that allows us to explore what can happen when we use our imagination to break through the barrier of worldly limitations. And this is exactly what was celebrated this past weekend at the Cape Town International Animation Festival. And we're currently joined by the festival's director, Dianne Makings. And of course, here to share more about the hub of the industry and the expertise that you can expect to find at this event. Always very exciting to speak to you. And once again, a yearly reunion for us, if you will. So give us a bit more detail about this year's event and also how it is that the Cape Town International Animation Festival has grown, not just in interest, but also in scope and the kind of people that you're bringing in now.
Sure. So, I mean, certainly our guests, their profiles are getting bigger every year, and we're bringing out bigger stars every year. And that's not an indication necessarily that the festival's growing, it's an indication that the industry's growing.
Yeah.
Because the industry is doing so well, and because business is doing so well here in animation, we're attracting this kind of talent to come and share their knowledge with us because we're at that point that we're ready to meet them.
Yeah.
So the festival is just a platform. It's just an event. It's the industry that's doing so amazing at the moment.
And the one thing that you told me off air is that this festival is run off of the power and the steam of volunteers. Does that speak to the hunger of the industry and young people just wanting to just clamor in there, just get in there?
Yeah, absolutely. It speaks to the passion, it speaks to the dedication, it speaks to the work ethic. Like, people they do their day jobs, we all make our films and our TV commercials during the day, and then at night we put together the festival.
Yeah. So what can people expect in terms of the expertise or aspects, different aspects of the industry that one will get to involve themselves in at the Cape Town International Animation Festival?
Well, what we really try to do is we try to show people that they need to focus on what they can do and not worry about what they can't do. Okay. So computer skills are always a big anxiety, a point of anxiety for people. But don't worry about the computer skills. Someone will teach that to you later. Carry on drawing, carry on writing, carry on making stories, put pen to paper. When the computer comes, you'll learn that eventually. But keep practicing and keep at it.
Yeah. As you said earlier on, it's not necessarily about the kind of people that you're bringing to the festival, because it does show that the industry is growing, if you take what the festival has been able to do over the past couple of years. But there is some value to bringing that superstar power to the festival. Tell me about the importance of that and how you make it happen.
You know, it's just to break down this idea of pedestals.
Yeah.
Like, Peter and Aron are great guys, and they're giving us such great advice, and they're people just like us working in our industry. And just to be able to see the road path and the roadmap going, oh, here's someone who did it. How did they do it? Let me find out a little bit more and then try the same route.
Yeah. I love how you just like dropped Peter and Aron over there. We'll be talking to them later on. We're talking about Academy Award winners, by the way. They'll be joining us on the seat very shortly. But looking forward into 2020, how are you planning on beating what you've already done?
Well, the idea is just to make it more accessible to more people. So certainly we want to be in a bigger venue. We want to make sure that we can get more people into our workshops. You know, if you've got a smartphone, you can come to a workshop and learn about stop motion animation and play with clay and make your own films. And hopefully what we're doing then is we're encouraging people to experiment at home. Yeah. Come to the 3 days and play with us, but then go home and experiment and see if maybe this might be something for you.
Yeah. I want to ask you one last question, because I really love the idea of young creatives, especially, let's say, in the animation or art scene, showcasing our stories. What would your word of advice be to youngsters out there that have the creative knack, that have maybe that story nagging in the back of their minds, but they're just not quite sure, is it worth telling? How do I go about it? What would you say to them?
So the thing that we reiterate, we run a sister festival in Khayelitsha.
Yeah.
And the thing that we say to all of those students is that it's your story that the world is interested in.
Yeah.
Because it's personal stories, it's universal truths that come through from your particular experience. There's no one that's had your experience. No one in the world is like you. Yeah. And that might not feel very special in the moment, but it is special. And so put it to pen to paper and start expressing yourself.
I really hope that inspires the hundreds and thousands that are watching right now. Thanks for joining us, Dianne. Much appreciated.
Thanks for having me.
Now, if you are in the animation industry or you'd like to get more information on the opportunities to gain experience and expertise, then make sure that you head on to the festival page, which is ctiaf.com, or you can visit Animation South Africa's website, which you can find at www.animationsa.org.